At the end of the day, as I always say, man, I'm a Dallas Cowboys hard here first. I live this team, I breathe this team, I'm passionate about it. This is what it's really about. The game is just excellent. Like Cowboys Nation, it's not us. But what I can control is repping my team, repping my star, supporting my team, and giving it all I got.
Turn up, boy.
What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck, real Cowboys fan. Stand up. And yo, first and foremost, I gotta thank all of y'all, man. I gotta thank all of y'all for being patient with me. For those of you who do not know, man, I had surgery last week, got all my wisdom teeth removed. They had to dig in and carve stuff, man. So I was swollen like a chipmunk. I couldn't talk for a few days, man. It was bad, but I'm officially back. And I'll say this, man, the worst part about it wasn't going through the surgery. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't going through the surgery. I've been through more painful situations, like sitting out at Levi Stadium during the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? That was a much more painful situation than what I experienced. But man, not being able to do content for a few days, not being able to work out, not being able to talk to you guys, it was killing me. I tried. I tried. But Mrs. Tuck, man, my wife, she was not having it, man. I tried to do a live show like a day that I got my surgery. She was like, absolutely not. You are sitting down. You're chilling, man. But it's good to be back, man. I miss y'all. We got a lot to talk about, man. We got so much to talk about. We got to recap the game on Saturday. There's been a lot going on, man. So we're just gonna have some fun tonight, man. I ain't got no time clock, so we might kick it for a minute, man. Kick it for a minute. I'm gonna turn on the phone lines here shortly, so y'all can call in. We can talk about, how y'all are really feeling after our second preseason game and where we currently stand, man. But salute to everyone in the chat. Share the content, like the content. Y'all know the drill. CFO gang is definitely in the building. So let's go ahead and start with the elephant in the room, man. Let's go ahead and start with the elephant in the room. I see everyone in the chat already talking about it. So the sad part about this situation, literally yesterday, I put out a tweet of a little video clip of Sam Williams. And I'm like, man, I'm so excited to see Sam Williams this season. He is going to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And Sam, this is how you repay me, man. Sam, this is how you repay your boy, man. But for those of you who do not know, man, Sam Slam Williams was arrested Sunday night, which is pretty much Saturday night, with, controlled substance, and also an illegal firearm, man. And I'll say this, man. I get it. I understand it. You know what I'm saying? They're young. These are kids, man. And, a lot of people don't understand it until like you're up close and personal, like you can really get. Like I've been with some of these players. These are kids, man. They're doing stupid stuff. And trust me, when Jay Tuck was 21, 22, I was doing stupid stuff too, and I didn't have millions of dollars. I was doing it on a budget. You know what I'm saying? I was eating ramen noodles and still doing stupid stuff. So I understand these players, but that does not warrant the behavior. And when it comes to Sam Williams, I said this on Twitter today. If you go back to the draft content of that draft, I graded Sam Williams a C-. And it wasn't because of the player. It wasn't because of the athletic ability. We did the film session on Sam Williams way back at Ole Miss. I literally told everyone, yo, circle this guy. Dan Quinn loves him. Dan Quinn loves him. Circle this guy. He's definitely on our radar. So Sam Williams, the player, I love the player, Sam Williams. Everything you want in defensive edge rusher. He's violent, physical, versatile. Like he just has a lot of things that from a football standpoint, you gotta love. But the reason why I graded that Sam Williams pick so low at a C-, which was the worst grade of that draft, right? Is Sam Williams had off the field issues going back to high school. He had off the field issues in college at Ole Miss, right? And sometimes as a Cowboys fan, I kind of like, sometimes the bright lights of Dallas might just be big for some of these players. And I always say this during draft season. Can I trust you with the keys to the kingdom? You know what I'm saying? And there's some players, right? I can trust them with the keys to the kingdom. But there's some players you got to keep a close eye on them, especially in Dallas. And Sam Williams, for the second time, because people forget he did have the reckless driving incident as well. So this is mistake number 2. And when it comes to Sam, I'll say this. Do I know Sam Williams? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? I shook his hand, met him at camp or whatnot. But when it comes to Sam Williams, I'm low-key disappointed, right? I'm low-key disappointed when it comes to Sam Williams. And the reason why I'm disappointed is Sam Williams, you lied to me. You lied to us as Cowboys fans. And what do I mean by that, right? Sam Williams had said when he got drafted, right, even with the off the field issues, he said, listen, I made some mistakes in my past, but the most embarrassing moment was that mug shot. I don't want my children to ever see their father in that situation again. It was an embarrassing. I owned up to my mistakes. It won't happen. Cool. Me, everyone deserves a second chance, right? All forgiven. Let's see what you got, right? But then here we are. You know what I'm saying? Here we are with this news of Sam Williams being arrested. And let's go back Saturday night. Y'all know. And trust me, I was on pain meds and everything fighting to get through that game. That was a late game out in Seattle. They flew back after the game, right? So they probably got back to Dallas maybe 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. You got to get to your house. Like, they've been out in Oxnard. They've been on the road playing preseason games. Sam Williams was trying to get active. And I get it, man. I get it. I understand it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't been married forever, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm old, but I'm not that old, right? I know what it is, y'all. You've been cooped up out in Oxnard. You just been out in Seattle, got done with the game. You probably had somebody on the text like, yo, I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to see you when you get back. When you get back, I'm going to leave the door unlocked. So Sam Williams got to Dallas probably, showered, probably hit his crib real quick, dropped his bag off, you know what I'm saying? Got in the whip, had his little party favors, had his strap just in case something was to pop off. And he was probably headed out on the prowl, right? But you got to be smarter than that. You got to be smarter than that, right? You got to be smarter than that. And knowing the importance that you are right now, like we are leaning heavily on Sam Williams. And we'll talk about that as we go to the final 53. why put yourself in that situation? You gotta have something. Say, you know what? This ain't a bright idea. How about you come over to my crib? You know what I'm saying? But now I'm getting this other, you know what I'm saying? But like, you have to be aware. And I don't want to excuse him just being young, even though he's young, because we see tons of players around the league in the same situation, making way more money and being a whole lot smarter. You know what I'm saying? Being a whole lot smarter. So you're putting yourself in bad situations, and you know the scrutiny that you're going to get just being a Dallas Cowboy. And you've already been through it with the reckless driving, Sam. And here's where I want to talk to players who may be watching my channel. You know, who knows? For a lot of these players, sit back and see a guy who isn't that much older than you completely wreck his life. And the player that I'm talking about is Henry Ruggs. Henry Ruggs' life went from top of the mountaintop, millionaire, Raiders, fans, everything at your disposal, to prison. One dumb decision. And players have to start thinking like that, man. It's a different day, y'all. It's a different day. A lot of things don't get swept to the rugs, though some things do get swept to the rugs. You got to be smarter. And I never understood, for players, any athlete, not just football, you work your entire life, man. You know, I'm out there at the draft, right? We see players crying, this emotional crocodile tears, you know what I'm saying? Hugging their moms, hugging their dads. This is my moment. I'm going to change my family's life. Like, this is what I worked my life for. You get to this moment and you're ready for a vape pen and a strap. And why? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why risk it? Why put yourself in a situation? Is not playing for the biggest team in all of sports, is that not a thrill? Is not having millions of dollars and millions of Cowboys fans screaming your name, is that not the thrill? You got to keep it a little street. I don't get it, y'all. But these players, y'all better wake up, y'all. They better wake up, because like I said, someone just said Josh Brent. Like, there's so many. I mean, even look at Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter is very lucky that he is still being able to play football. These quick, dumb decisions can cost you not only millions of dollars, but can cost your life and cost other people's life. I'm sure Henry Ruggs is regretting getting tossed up and jumping behind the wheel. He can never bounce back from that, y'all. He can never bounce back from that. Why put yourself in that situation? So for Sam Williams, you know, do I think it's going to be a lengthy suspension? I honestly don't. You know what I'm saying? It's probably going to be 1 game, 2 game max. You know what I'm saying? Like, if even that, because even though I was joking, right? I was kind of joking and laughing through the pain of Sam Williams being kind of this boneheaded decision. It's like, you know, at the end of the day, as crazy as it sounds, drugs and a gun will probably get you a lesser suspension than if he was gambling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so all right, bro, if you're doing this, don't be on FanDuel, because that would probably cost you almost half the season, if not more. But you got to be smarter. And when it comes to Sam Williams, these were some of the red flags, you know, that we saw in the draft, and the Cowboys still took a chance. And when it comes to the Cowboys, I'll say this, y'all. I get frustrated from the Cowboys, and my guy O was talking about, you know, the second round picks, right? Of the red flags the Cowboys are willing to ignore, right? So let's say, for instance, you may have had some domestic disputes, or, you know, some of these issues going on. The Cowboys will ignore that. You know, we gotta take a chance. You know, he had some drug issues. He had some different things going on, but he's still our guy. But if a guy like George Pickens, who is just raw and wants to win, oh, whoa. Now we can't have that in our locker room now. Whoa. We can't. We traded on for Amari Cooper. We can't move up to get a George Pickens because it's just too much. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, but y'all really take a risk on all this, but that's too much. it just is what it is. But, as of right now, I don't think it's going to be that big of an issue from a playing standpoint when it comes to Sam Williams. He was at practice yesterday in the blue and white scrimmage, but why put yourself in that situation, man? You got to be smarter. And it was just frustrating to see, man. So, I know everyone's been talking about it. Kind of caught us off guard. I had to double check, because now on Twitter, man, everybody got a blue check. Fake trolls got a blue check. I was like, is this real? And I was like, Sam, are you kidding me, bro? You're kidding me. But you got to be wiser. You got to be smarter, because, like I said, once again, one costly decision, you can lose it all. That's not just for athletes. That's for me. That's for y'all in the chat, man. Like, what I'm saying? You got to be smarter, man, because those decisions, you can definitely pay for it. That tweet was hell. I was just saying, I was looking at the negatives, but I was also looking at the positives. Like, yo, gun charges and drugs, that's bad, but he wasn't gambling, so we got a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because if he was gambling and we lost him for a full season, that would have been bad business, man. So other stuff to go ahead and talk about, man. So a hot topic button from the game on Saturday. And I'll say this, man. The game on Saturday was a preseason game. I like what I saw. There's a lot of talent out there, young talent, which we're going to talk about here in a second. So I wasn't too alarmed. I know some people are freaking out over a preseason game. It's funny how we go from preseason doesn't matter, it's just preseason, half these guys ain't gonna make the team, Tuck, why are you breaking down these players, they ain't gonna make the team, to full panic mode. Now we panicking, right? But overall, I like what I saw. I'm liking what I'm seeing from our wide receiver core. Y'all know my guy Jalen Tolbert. Yeah, my guy Jalen Tolbert. Sit Jalen Tolbert down. He's done. Wrap him up. He's done. Deuce Vaughn, you're done. Deuce Vaughn, you're done. Wrap it up. You're done. You're done, right? So I definitely like what I saw from Jalen Tolbert, Ferguson. And I'll say this, Schoonmaker coming off the injury, I went back and watched his film, because that's pretty much all I could do was watch film a little bit. He looked good. He's moving much better than expected this early. So we're going to talk about some of these players. But overall, the preseason game didn't have too many complaints. Overall, I don't play preseason games and watch preseason games to get our win-loss record up. Now, I did bet on it, But, like, I feel like overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing from our young core, and especially earlier on where they're banging against Seattle Stars. Like, we play Seattle, and that's going to be a tough game. And Seattle, for me personally, they're going to be a sleeper team. They're going to be a good team in the NFC. So to watch how our defense really, win against their ones and our offense win against their ones, it was kind of refreshing to see, and it kind of got me a little bit excited. And we'll talk about this week as we crunch down the film. But of course, the hot topic button everybody wants to talk about in panic season, right? Oh, Mozzie Smith. Mozzie's a buzz. Tuck, I told you, Mozzie's a buzz. We shouldn't have got him. We should have, we're on that already, right? We're on that. It's bus season. I saw videos calling Mozzie Smith Taco Charlton 2.0, Tristan Hill. After 4 quarters of football, ain't that crazy? You can make an analysis of a player after 4 quarters of football. And I'll say this, y'all. If you follow my channel closely, y'all not surprised by what you're seeing from Mozzie. This was his scouting report, right? Extremely talented player, raw, young, powerful to help stop the run, but he needs to be coached up and has a limited gas tank. I said that on numerous videos. We said that as we went through the film. For those of you who missed out, we did a 2-hour show, live show on a Friday where we watched Mozzie Smith versus Steve Avila, the TCU guard, right? 2 hours. 2 hours of breaking down that film. And we all said, listen, he's strong as hell. He's a man child. He's an ox, right? Horizontally isn't the best, Hand placement isn't the best, plays a little high. He has initial gauge, but then he runs out of gas. But Dan Quinn can coach that up. This is nothing new that we're seeing from Mozzie. This is not breaking news. Nobody expected that we drafted the next Aaron Donald. if we draft the next Aaron Donald, Cowboys fans would have been going crazy with that pick. Mozzie Smith was a second-round talent, but the defensive tackles got wiped out. The Cowboys felt like the rush defense was a need. They went and got him because they feel like he wasn't going to be there in the second round. Like it's not rocket science. So I don't understand where all the panic is coming from with Mozzie. Because here's the thing, y'all. Let's say, for instance, Mozzie flanks out, right? He's bust. He's Taco Charlton. Okay, we re-sign Hankins. Hankins is going to be the starter anyway. Osa is looking like a goddamn Greek god. We're going to be fine there. We got some wood we can toss in the fire. Like, this draft class, a lot of those pieces, and we talked about that, was just rotational. It was just rotational. It was just rotational guys. So it's just like, we didn't draft Mozzie as that guy. Life changes. And Micah had said this in a tweet. You know, Micah kind of like set expectations for people like crazy. And he said, y'all remember my first game versus Tampa? I was out there, man. Tom Brady was toying with Micah Parsons. They had him at my middle linebacker. Micah Parsons was lost all in space and Gronk was doing whatever. Like, there's going to take some time to develop for any rookie. Tyler Smith, it takes time to develop. Like, yeah. So like my guy said, KC wanted to trade up to get Mozzie. Yeah, Mozzie wasn't getting to us in the second round. So if you wanted to help your run defense, you probably had to pull the trigger, which the Cowboy did. And I was okay with it. When they picked, y'all saw my reaction. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I understand it. Let's go. You know, I understood it because our run defense was horrible once Hankins went out, once LVE went out, okay? Now you have Stephon Gilmore. The last thing we want teams to be able to do is just run the ball down our throat. No, so let's go get Mozzie, and now we're going to force you to put that ball up in the air against Gilmore, against Bland, against Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? We going to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Now, we're going to take that away from you. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know, when it comes to Mozzie, it was just a need pick. It was a need pick, but he wasn't going to slide to us in the second round. So you could look at some other prospects, right? But it's just like, it was pretty much Jalen Carter, which we wasn't get. You had Kalijah Cansey. There was Brian Breesy, who went to the Saints. I didn't want him. There was Miles Murphy. Like, there were some players like I was like, I'm not feeling Murphy. I wasn't feeling Brees, and I was getting a little worried. Mozzie Smith was a good, solid pick for what the Cowboys need. But y'all allow Dan Quinn to coach him up. Like my guy Chris has said, Quinn will turn Mozzie into a beast. Like, let the bigger, like, go. And this is what's happening, y'all. And maybe it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the Michael Jordan commercial? You know, maybe it's my fault. Maybe I told you it was, you know what I'm saying? I feel like on Twitter, a lot of people see my interactions and maybe other content creators, you know, interactions with Eagles people, and they want to kind of get involved with that. But what y'all have to stop doing is getting into a pissing match with those people, y'all. Because it's going to take defensive interior linemen time to develop, y'all. It's going to. Go back to Jordan Davis. I remember being in the draft room last year when the Eagles drafted Jordan Davis. The walls were shaking. Jordan Davis didn't just tear up the league last year. There's some things that he needs to work on, but he's young. He has tremendous upside. That's part of the draft. Not everyone knocks it out the park. Let Mozzie Smith grow. He's only 22 years old. He's only 22 years old. He has a long career ahead of him, y'all. But Cowboys fans are so quick to just, he's a bust, horrible pick, don't like him, you know what I'm saying? Like, let him grow. Let Mozzie grow, because at the end of the day, the one thing that Mozzie Smith can do, he can go out there and just be a force. You know what I'm saying? Just go out there and be a wrecking ball. And that's all that he really needs to do. He needs to go out there and just be a wrecking ball and allow for Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and Sam Williams, when he's not actually being a knucklehead, to go out there and be disruptive. Eat up blocks, let everybody else eat. That's Mozzie Smith's job. Nobody was wanting Mozzie Smith to get 13 sacks rookie year, and like that's not his game. So I think, and I've been saying this on this channel, but hey, there's a lot of people who need saving. I can't save them all. You got to be patient when it comes to Mozzie Smith. Be patient. Yeah, Quentin Williams didn't come out the gate tearing up the league. I remember there was a possibility that we were trying to trade for Quentin Williams. Remember those whole shows, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to set proper expectations for rookies. And I'm not sure if it's just like a social media thing, or if it's, I don't know, fancy football or whatever, but these unrealistic expectations, you got to tamper a little bit. Now, did he have a great game? No, he didn't. But it wasn't nothing new. It wasn't like I sat back and watched Mozzie and was like, okay, I didn't see that. I didn't see that at Michigan. What is that? Like, no, it's just the consistency, right? Playing high sometimes. Sometimes he gets off the snap slow. Sometimes he comes off the gate and he blows things up. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not too alarmed. I feel like he can continue to work, continue to grow, and continue to build. He's going to be perfectly fine. Mozzie is just more wood in the fire. It's a rotation. Now, if we didn't sign Hankins or something like that, and we were expecting, hey, Mozzie to come in and be that guy instantaneously, then I'll be concerned. If Mozzie doesn't develop till week 7 or week 8, I still feel like we good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we still good. Like, and that's a good spot to be in. Mozzie is in a better situation versus where we had Jalen Tolbert last year, where we were expecting, like, no, Jalen Tolbert, you got to be Cooper. You got to be Amari Cooper ASAP. We need a wide receiver. You got to be that now. You know what I'm saying? You can grow. And like I said on Twitter, right? Sometimes I should be tired of taking L's. You know what I'm saying? People were so out on Tyler Smith, right? A lot of people didn't like Micah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people wanted to toss Jalen Tolbert to the fire last year. Now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to give players time to grow. And Mozzie Smith is one of those players, so I'm not too concerned, man. But overall, like I said, I like this rookie class thus far. We did lose Overshown. That hurt, to be honest with you, Saturday night, y'all. That kind of just took the air out of me. I was already feeling bad, but once Overshown went down, I was just like, man, that hurts. That hurts because, I said it frequently on this channel. That kid was on a mission to get that number 0. He was being one of our leaders out there. He was playing with his hair on fire. And the thing that I hate the most about it is, like, it wasn't even like a gruesome tackle, like, or anything like that. Like, I thought it was just like a cramp when I saw it. But man, losing Overshown hurts. But we got some guys that we can definitely fill in that role, and we're going to talk about that here shortly, man. So, but overall, like I said, overall good, some things to talk about, but we're going to go ahead and get into kind of my early predictions for the final 53 roster. And I'll say this, y'all, I got a little creative, right? Because, it's kind of like, okay, people were asking me online and Twitter. I was like, listen, let me, put it together, right? Put my thoughts together. But I'll say this, it's like, as I went through this kind of like a project, right, I feel a little bit better about our final 53 if the Cowboys pull it off. Now, they might just go standard, but if we kind of go back a little bit to what they did last year, and that's kind of what I did, I think a lot of you are going to be able to breathe a little bit. So let's go ahead and get into that, man. So we're going to do this together. Y'all know it's a family. It's not just about me. It's about us. So let me know how y'all feel. Let's start with the offensive side of the ball with the final 53 predictions. And this is what I got. So as you see right there listed, right, I got quarterbacks, Dak Prescott. Got Dak Prescott as quarterback. So you might be saying, yo, Tuck, why you only got one quarterback? You only got one quarterback. Well, I'm glad you asked. So if you go back to last year, and someone brought this up to me on Twitter, I was like, let me double check, you know what I'm saying? Because there's been a lot going on. Remember, Dak Prescott originally was the only quarterback on the final 53 roster, right? So they might have a situation where it's like, hey, with Greer and Rush, they might not put them on the 53. It might be something sneaky where they release and resign, something like that to bring the quarterbacks back in to make room for other players. So that is what I did in this situation, this kind of little project, right? So I just got Dak Prescott as being the quarterback, because remember, there is the new 3 quarterback rule thanks to the San Francisco 49ers, what happened in the NFC Championship game. But that third quarterback counts towards your 53. So there might be a situation where they sit back and say, you know what? Is anybody really going to snipe Will Grier? Highly doubt it. You know what I'm saying? So they might get a little tricky with it. So like Mike McCarthy likes to kind of roll up some little hood tactics and, kind of flex the rules a little bit. So I think that maybe they might do it again, where they might just have Dak as the only quarterback on the final 53 roster, and then elevate Cooper Rush and Will Grier later down the road. So that way you don't have to worry about waivers. And salute to my guy, Professor O. He's in the chat. Definitely give my guy a follow. But remember, y'all, next Tuesday, I believe, you got to go from 90 to 53. And it's not just the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody got to make that cut. It's going to be a massive wave of thousands of players just sitting in a pool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'd be kind of dope if we did fantasy football like that. It's thousands of players just sitting available. But here's what I was saying, because a lot of people were like, yo, Tuck, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be thousands of players. No one's going to, snipe the Dallas Cowboys. They're going to be too focused on their own team, which sounds good. But here's what I'm saying. And maybe I'm saying too much. So Will McClay, if you want me to shut up, text me or something. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm an NFL scout, let's say I'm an NFL scout for, I don't know, the Bengals or something like that, right? I know the Cowboys, they have a pretty good scouting department. I know Will McClay, he's a pretty decent GM, right? He's a pretty good eye. So what I'm going to do, as soon as Tuesday comes around, the first recycle bin I'm looking in is the Dallas Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, you still have to be strategic, where you can't just be cutting everybody right there. So I feel like there's going to be a lot of teams are definitely going to look in the Cowboys recycle bin, and rightfully so, just because. Let's see what the Cowboys had. Let's see what they cut. Now, a lot of these scouts, you're not going to be able to have profiles and scout these thousands of players. But hey, if you really wanted the cheat sheet, and maybe I should hide some of my videos. If you really wanted to know about, some of these Cowboys prospects, undrafted guys, you just come to the channel and just film, you know what I'm saying? I might hide some of them videos just in case. But yeah, so it's like, I just feel like that's the case. But, some of these players, so you might have to get creative with your cuts. What's up, my guy, man? What's my guy, Trucker's Life, man? Appreciate the super chats. J Tuck about to cook. Call you soon. I'm in the 520 caller. Okay, bet, bro. I'm gonna turn on the phone lines here in a second. After we go through this exercise, because I want to get y'all thoughts. The running backs. So with the running backs, man, I got Tony Pollard, of course. I got Deuce Vaughn, of course. Deuce. And this kind of hurt me to do it, because y'all know where my heart resides. But I think that Rico is going to be the guy. I just have this weird feeling, the Cowboys are going to play games with Malik Davis. And I'm not going to be happy. I'm not going to be happy at all. But I feel like the Cowboys are going to play games with Malik Davis. They're going to try him. They're going to try him again. And here is why I'm concerned about that. Could he get sniped? Yeah. But could he pass through the waivers? Absolutely. He did it last year, right? But when it comes to the Rico versus Malik Davis thing, a lot of people got to understand, salute to Coach Marv and some of the other coaches I talked to. If you go back through Rico's history, Rico has been hurt a lot. He's been hurt a lot, from high school to college to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this, just like Professor O and everyone's saying, Rico is having a great camp. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's having a great camp, but it's always just been the injuries. You know what I'm saying? And your best ability is availability. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole thing when it comes to Rico versus Malik. Malik did miss some pass pro. Rico had the fumble game one, but he looked a lot better. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm still team Malik. I still prefer Malik Davis over Rico. But if I had to be honest, I think that Malik might be on the out. I hope that's not the case. So my guy Special K just asked, are we going to carry Hunter Lemke? And me personally, I don't think we are. I don't think we are, which is crazy because I know a lot of us are fans of Hunter Lipke. One, he's a fullback, so they're probably going to see if they can get him through waivers or, get him back on the practice squad, right? But here's where I leaned away from Hunter Lipke is because of the injury of John Stephens, right? Because originally I had Stephens over Sean McKeon, even though I think Mike McCarthy loves Sean McKeon, you know what I'm saying? So since Sean McKeon is pretty much, I would say, a lock to be on the roster now, he is kind of used as your fullback, quote unquote. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think the need for Hunter Lipke is really there because you're going to have Sean McKeon. So that is why you know what I'm saying, I like Hunter Lipke, but I feel like as of right now, just the way things happen with Stephens, because you could have moved on with McKeon, and had Stephens, who's more your wide receiver type tight end. And I love the kid, man. I was hurt when he tore his ACL, right? But I feel like they're going to probably use McKeon in that role, kind of that fullback role, and they're going to try to maybe get Hunter Lipke through the practice squad on waivers, and they can always elevate him if need be. So that's the reason why I don't have Hunter Lipke, which I know is a fan favorite for a lot of Cowboys fans. My guy O says, getting players through waivers this year shouldn't be too hard because of the new cut down rule. You have over 1,100 players league-wide cut at once. Yeah, and I agree, that's like I said, but the one thing I'm saying, if scouts want to kind of go quick and who to look at, I feel like they're going to look at our cuts just ASAP just because of our scouting department. But hopefully that's the case. Don't look over here. You know what I'm saying? Go look at Kansas City, Philly, wherever, you know what I'm saying? Just keep away, you know what I'm saying? But, hopefully they can, get Hunter Lipke back through, because it's a fullback, you know what I'm saying? Because he went undrafted, you know what I'm saying? He's a fullback. Where there necessarily really be a need, you just don't know. But it's going to be a risk with any player, right? It's going to be, but be thinking about it last year, right? Malik Davis got right through, you know what I'm saying? You had a lot of players that went right through on waivers and got through clean, except John Ridgway. So, overall, we should be okay, but I would probably be a little reluctant or shocked, I would say, if I saw Hunter Lipke make the final 53 roster. Let's see, we got a question. Tuck, assuming the starting O-line stays healthy, I know, but it's possible. What do you think our chances of making the NFC Championship game? It's very high. It's very high, to be honest with you guys. And I said this on Twitter, right? And of course, Sam Williams said, I got you, bro. But when you look at this Cowboys team, it feels like football, y'all. And I said this when I was out at camp, right? It feels like football. And for me as a Cowboys fan, that's something I've always kind of just wanted, was a football team, right? Hard coach, right? Hard-nosed coaching, an identity, tough-nosed players, very blue-collar. Like, that's what I've always wanted. Like, I always kind of joke and says, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a Steelers fan in a Cowboys body, right? Because I always loved how Pittsburgh, it was just football. It wasn't all the extra. It was just football. Mike Tomlin's going to coach you. He's going to coach you hard. You're going to come in and you're going to work hard. We're going to compete every game. It just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just love that type of, you know what I'm saying? It's the football that I grew up on. And as a Cowboys fan, it was the football that we all grew up on. Jimmy Johnson was a tough coach. You know what I'm saying? Jimmy Johnson was a tough coach. You know what I'm saying? There was no coddling. There was none of that, man. It was just football. Competition. Players play hard, and if you don't play hard, you're up out of here. I'm gonna get somebody in here. Don't care, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's across the board. And I was saying that on Twitter, right? Look at this team. Look at the DNA, right? You got Marty Schottenheimer blood in the Cowboys locker room. You got the Schottenheimer. You got the young Schottenheimer, right? You got Mike McCarthy. You know what I'm saying? You got Mike Solari, who people don't know. Our offensive line coach was with Tom Landry, y'all. Our offensive line coach was with Tom Landry. That's football. That's football. You have Dan Quinn. You know what I'm saying? You have Coach Al Harris. Salute to Coach Al Harris, right? I was in a Twitter space with Dez Bryant on Monday. Salute to my guy Dez. We ain't played Madden yet, man. If y'all ain't know, man, Dez played Micah the other day and Madden. Took that L, man, so now he has to let 3 Cowboys fans into his suite for the opening game, man. So Dez should have played me first instead of Micah, because now it costs you, right? But, you know, I was talking to Dez, and like the hardest corner he said that he ever faced, guess what he said, y'all? Dez said Coach Al Harris. He said Coach Al Harris was the worst corner or best corner he's ever faced. He said when he played Al Harris was the only corner that was coaching him throughout the game. Hey, next time you might need to work on this. And that's the worst. That is the worst. For you to be getting locked up by somebody and they coaching you throughout the game, it's happened to me before on Madden. I got cooked one time on Madden. This dude was beating the brakes off of me, and he sent me links to his YouTube channel. He's like, yeah, man, you struggle with the blitz and reading offenses. I got some tutorials on how to do that. I was like, man, you jerk. I clicked on them tutorials, though. You know what I'm saying? I clicked on them tutorials, like, okay, what was he doing? You know what I'm saying? I subscribed to his channel, man. So it's my guy. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know, it's the worst. So when he was talking about Coach Al Harris, like, so you got guys, Super Bowl champion Mike McCarthy, Super Bowl champion Dan Quinn. Like, you have football DNA in our locker room, and you kind of see it, man. You kind of see it. And I've always said this, whether you look at Little League, right? It's like a Little League football, right? You ever see like a Little League coach and they coach is like a jerk? You know what I'm saying? He a jerk. He a jackass. He's yelling. He's fussing. You know what I'm saying? He has some swagger. He on the field. If you watch his Little League team, they really mirror their coach. You know what I'm saying? They mirror their coach. They come out with swagger. If the coach is talking trash, these little 8-year-old kids is talking trash. You know what I'm saying? And that goes to every level where your head coach, that's who your player mirrors. That's who your players mimic. You know what I'm saying? So if you look at our defense, they kind of mirror Dan Quinn. They're out boxing with Dan Quinn. They have this Dan Quinn type spirit. So what I'm excited about is now from the offensive standpoint, because let's keep it a buck, y'all. Oh, my guy Troy Dudley, so that's him. That's you, that jerk coach, man. You probably come out there with the loudspeaker, you know what I'm saying, and got your team all revved up, and you know what I'm saying, mean mugging the other coach on the sideline. Okay, but if you think about it, you know what I'm saying, even though our offense always put up numbers, and let's keep it a buck. I love our offensive players. I love Dak, CD, Zeke, who's now like, but our offense was always kind of soft. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think D'Amico Ryan sat back across, you know, the other sideline and saw Kellen Moore and got scared? Nah. D'Amico Ryan was that other coach with the boom box and everything. Like, nah, these boys soft. We about to hit them in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? They soft. We about to hit them in their mouth, bro. And that's how the 49ers for the past 2 years came out swagging. They did not fear our offense at all. They punched us in the mouth. Didn't care. Zach Martin's out there. I don't care. Get punched in the mouth. I don't care what you got, Kelly. You're getting punched in the mouth, right? But now I think things are going to change. I think now we're going to have Mike McCarthy, who, let's keep it a buck. We've had battles with Green Bay. When we had Jason Garrett and we knew we were going against Mike McCarthy, we wasn't confident. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're going to have some of that with Brian Schottenheimer. We're going to have some of that with Mike McCarthy, where it kind of feels like, you know what? They can't stop us, bro. Brandon Cooks, CeeDee Lamb, they can't stop you. I don't give a damn what they're doing. They can't stop you. Tony Pollard, they can't stop you. I don't give a damn. We're going to give you the ball 40 times because they can't. Do something about it. And as a player, that sets you on fire. If all y'all play football and, you know, sports, whatever, when your coach kind of comes out with that swagger, like, F that team, we do what we want, when we want to, whoever we want, you start to believe it. You start to believe it. You know what I'm saying? You really start to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my football coach in high school, and Coach Pops. You know what I'm saying? He had that mindset, and we don't give a damn who we played. It was F them. It's up. You want to shut us up and beat us. We don't give a damn what your record is, how many 5 stars you got. F them. And we had that mindset, and we should have won state that year. So it's just a different energy, which I'm excited about. My guy Dallas Law says, "Can you beat Dez and Madden? I'll sponsor you if you take me to the game." Man, I think I can take Dez. I scouted him. I watched him. I watched him and Micah play. I think I can smoke them both, honestly. But we'll see. The best staff Cowboys since the Jimmy days. I feel like it is across the board. You know what I'm saying? Dan Quinn coming back was a huge win, and I just like the energy. Like I said, that's the number one thing that just stood out when I was out there at camp, y'all. The energy was different. It felt like football. It wasn't just hee caca, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just football. Like, even watch the interviews. Watch a Brian Schottenheimer interview and then go back and watch a Kellen Moore interview. Brian Schottenheimer is very direct. It's football. We're going to do this. We're going to post. Kellen Moore was, and I'm sure Kellen's a great guy. And I honestly feel like Kellen Moore is going to go crazy out in LA with the Chargers, right? But for what we need and what we're trying to build and the mountain that we're trying to climb, we couldn't have it. We couldn't have it. Like, I think it's time where the Dallas Cowboys really come out, and I've been saying this. We know nobody likes us, y'all. Nobody likes us. They don't like us as fans. Every team hates us. I mean, I got Eagles fans to Giants fans to Commanders fans. Everybody hates us. All right, so let's be that arrogant, you know what I'm saying, team that, all right, if y'all like us, we don't give y'all something not to like. And I love that when our defense or J-Ron, like, no, we're not taking nothing from nobody. We don't give a damn who it is. I love it, man. So, yeah, I'm excited about this season. What are we doing? We're talking about, see, this is how I missed y'all, man. I haven't been able to talk to y'all in weeks. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot to talk about. Let's get back to it. So running backs, Tony Pollard, Deuce Vaughn. Tight ends, I got Jake Ferguson, Luke Schoonmaker, Peyton Hendershot, Sean McKeon. Wide receivers, CeeDee Lamb, of course, Michael Gallup, Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert, Kevontae Turpin. And for my last wide receiver, I got Jalen Brooks over Simi Fehoko. I feel like Jalen Brooks has had a much better camp. He's been more consistent. He has a little bit more upside. He's a special teams guy. We heard Bones Fossil kind of talk about him on special teams. So I got Jalen Brooks. Now, here's the thing. Last year, I think we had 8 wide receivers on the final 53 roster. But I think that's because the Cowboys was just throwing everybody. They was panicking like, man, we got to find Amari Cooper. We're just going to throw everything at the wall. Hopefully somebody sticks, right? But I feel like this year I got us at 7. So that's my wide receiver core. But the most important piece is this offensive line, y'all. It's offensive line, and it is going to be a discussion, but I will say this. If you subscribe to CFO Sports here on YouTube, you're not surprised. And the reason why I say you're not surprised is if you go back and you watch Dallas Cowboys training camp, if you watch the blue and white scrimmage yesterday, when Tyron Smith came out and Zach Martin was kind of chilling, who was our starting right guard? TJ Bass. Yeah, TJ Bass, the dog catcher from Oregon. Yeah. But y'all not surprised. And the reason why y'all not surprised is because we did a film session on TJ Bass versus them Georgia Bulldogs. Salute to Professor O. He's a huge Georgia fan. I mean, they won the game. But TJ Bass was out there holding his own. And now it looks like he didn't work his way into the rotation where they're kind of moving players around a little bit. Man, don't do that to me, Hoffman. But yeah, so as far as outside of our best 5, I got Awesome Richards. I got Matt Waletzko. I got TJ Bass. And I got Josh Ball, unfortunately. I got Josh Ball. No, I meant yesterday at the scrimmage. TJ was starting yesterday, and Josh Ball. Now, do I still feel comfortable with that? No, because it's still a situation. And me and we talked about this behind the scenes, right? When it comes to Matt Farniok, oh man, appreciate it. We got a $50 super chat, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Let's go ahead and get into it. It says, Tuck, it was cool to meet you in Oxnard, the guys with Law Nation t-shirts, man. Hey, appreciate you, my guy, man. Hey, thanks. It was nice meeting you. And that's what I love the most, man. I love, getting out amongst the people and meeting everybody and shaking y'all hands. I cannot wait until the season starts. Y'all know I'm going to be at the every home game. I'm not going to be in New York. Has some family stuff coming up, so I can't be in New York for the opener, but I'll be there versus the Jets, and after that, and after that, and after that. So you definitely see me, man. Come by, share love, have a drink. If you don't drink, bottled water. Y'all know my tailgate is at Lock 10. I'll be there, early. Stop by, man, and just chop it up with me. It's about the people. It's about us. It's about the community, man. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you for that super chat. But yeah, when it comes to the offensive line, you know what I'm saying? I still don't feel good. And it really comes down to, Chima Udoga, from what I saw, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Josh Ball has looked solid at guard, but I feel like TJ Bass has looked good, if not better. So they kicked out Josh Ball back out to right tackle yesterday. I just think the Cowboys like Josh Ball. They're not going to let him go. So that's why I had to pencil him in. I'll say with the Hoffman kid, not really a fan, not buying into it. So, we'll see if the Cowboys really address the offensive line, the depth of it. But as of right now, this is what I got for the final 53. I think Austin Richards has a lot of opportunity. The thing with Austin Richards, they're trying him everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to kind of let him get into a rhythm. And another thing that we talked about, and a lot of people call me crazy, right? A lot of people call me crazy. Didn't I tell y'all that Tyler Smith wasn't playing left tackle this year? That was not the plan for Tyler Smith to play left tackle this year. It was not the plan for Tyler Smith to play left tackle last year. It just kind of happened. And it worked. And he did well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when it came to it, Tyler Smith has strictly been, once again, at left guard. Because think about it, this time last year, I was still like, yo, is Tyler Smith going to get any left tackle reps? Tyler Smith still wasn't getting left tackle reps this time last year. And he's not really playing left tackle this year. He is strictly our left guard. So if something happens to Tyron, they'll probably try and experiment with Chima, maybe Awesome, maybe Matt Walesko. But if that hits the fan, then that's when they'll probably say, okay, Tyler, go out there and save us again, which is kind of, bad for the kid to put him in that kind of spot. But, as of right now, Tyler Smith, he is our left guard. You know what I'm saying? So we'll kind of go for, that's my offenses. So like I said, I'm being creative. I'm trying to stash Cooper Rush. You know what I'm saying? Maybe cut him and bring him back, right? You know what I'm saying? Also, Will Greer, maybe kind of sleeing him through the waivers. But if Will Greer got snatched off of waivers, or is anybody, let me know in the chat, man. Let me know in the chat. Is any of y'all freaking out that Will Greer got sniped in the waivers? Would y'all be freaking out? Nah, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at when it comes to the whole thing, when it comes to it. But like I said, the most important piece and the problem that I'm really concerned about, and I'm probably not going to sleep good at night until it finally happens, is what's going to happen with my guy, Malik Davis. You know what I'm saying? What's going to happen with my guy, Malik Davis? Is he really going to get his opportunity? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everyone's saying when it comes to Will Greer, if he got sniped, okay, cool, bro. I'm cool. My guy, Coach Mars. So Coach Mars says that Matt Farniok will make it the team to the center, right? And I think he will. But does he make the 53, right? Because that 53 that I have posted right now, y'all, that's not the final roster. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be guys that's elevated. They're going to get creative, right? Because think about this. Remember last year, right? CJ Goodwin, he wasn't on the final 53. Like I said, Cooper Rush wasn't. So I'm talking about who's actually going to be on the 53. And then they might loop in Farniok, because at the center, because Farniok doesn't really give you much position flex, you also have Alex Lindstrom. So you have some guys who could play backup center that you're probably not too worried about them getting sniped off a waiver. So that's why I don't have Farniok on this final 53. They said, who's going to snatch Will Greer? I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's some scout out there and I don't know, Cleveland, that will say, you know what, I gotta get that Will Greer guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, I don't think that's the case, man. Like I said, the only person offensively, well, two, I would say I'm kind of worried about. The number one being Malik. You know, Malik is my dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of worried about, you know, what could possibly happen if Malik Davis is to get sniped. But, you know what I'm saying, overall, because like I said, Malik Davis, he's a very balanced running back, y'all. He can do a lot of different things. He has the versatility. He looked great in the games that he played last year. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they're going to go with Rico. Like y'all said, Mike McCarthy speaking very highly about Rico. So it's like, you know, I can't let my fandom blind me from the truth and what I'm seeing. I think that happens in some cases. Like, even though I'm Team Malik, I hear what Mike McCarthy is saying. You know what I'm saying? I hear what the coaching staff is saying. I hear what the commentary is saying. Like, they're leaning towards Rico. You know what I'm saying? They're leaning towards Rico. Now, a guy I did not talk about, I'm not sure what's going to happen with Ronald Jones. You know what I'm saying? Mike McCarthy says the plan is to try to get him ready for this Saturday. Me personally, if Ronald Jones, I'm not going to lose no sleep over Ronald. I'll lose more sleep over Malik. I would lose more sleep over Hunter Lipke probably than I would Ronald Jones. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping it a buck. You know, it just is what it is. But that's where I'm kind of at with those guys. But that's my offensive 53. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to try to get a little creative, right? Because you got to. Mike McCarthy's always good at being creative and kind of doing some sneaky stuff. You got to watch Mike McCarthy. So let's go ahead and get over to the defensive side of the ball real quick before I turn on the phone lines. So defensively, defensive end, I got D-Law, of course. I got Sam Williams, you know what I'm saying? Sam, you know what I'm saying? Riding dirty Sam Williams. You know what I'm saying? I still got Sam out there. I got Dorrance Armstrong. Now, here's the thing. And salute to my guys, Professor O once again, and also my guy, Rome and DMV. Here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand, man. Like, y'all see me interacting with y'all on Twitter and everything. But it's like, I go from talking to y'all on Twitter to talking to to Professor O and Nix and Spoonie in the group chat. Then I got a group chat with, Rome and DMV. And then I'm on the phone with Law and Boss. And then Big Game James hit me up. Like, then I'm talking to Vach and Sky. Like, I be talking Cowboys. Like, all my Cowboys content creators, like, damn near 24 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we're always having different conversations, which I absolutely love. And that's the thing I love the most about our community. But when it comes to Dorrance Armstrong, I'll say this. There's been some conversations about money, you know what I'm saying? Dorrance Armstrong.
What a money resign, what a money resign, what a money resign, what a money resign.
He wants his money, right? And honestly, if we keep it in a buck, right? Dorrance Armstrong's trade value last year, we probably could have sniped a second, maybe, the way Dorrance was going crazy. Y'all remember like the first 6 games when Dorrance was going crazy? You know what I'm saying? We probably could have got a little second out of Dorrance. You know what I'm saying? Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Salute to my guy Dorrance. But, it seems like there might be a little situation going on as far as contract is concerned. Can't confirm it. Cowboys probably want him to be a little bit better in run defense. And honestly, when I was out there at camp, he wasn't getting a lot of reps. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't know if he was injured or not. But what might be the case when it comes to Dorrance Armstrong, the reason why he wasn't getting a lot of reps is because they're trying to stash him and protect him to maybe ship him out. Now, Sam Williams riding dirty doesn't help that. You know what I'm saying? Because we were like, bro, we were literally talking in the group chat about different ideas of ways to trade Dorrance Armstrong and what we can get for him. And then Sam Williams just blew up our whole group chat. And we're like, all right, well, Dorrance stay put, right? So keep an eye on Dorrance, but there could be something kind of brewing with him. But like I said, Sam just blew that whole idea up. So we'll see what happens from there. Dante Fowler Jr. having a great camp, being a lot more efficient in run defense, getting pressure. I love what Dante Fowler's been doing since I was out there at Oxnard. And then Junior Fiocco. If you go back and watch Junior Fiocco versus Seattle, here's a guy with some versatility. And, when I scouted him in the draft and we talked about him on the draft show, he's very blue collar. You know what I'm saying? That Samoan blue collar, gonna go out there, just do his job. And if no answer, but he gonna give 1,010%. And that's a guy who has a motor. He has an unlimited gas tank. So Junior can play inside, outside. He can do a lot of different things when it comes to that situation. So I got Junior Fiocco. Special teams, I just got the punter, right? I got the punter. cut the kicker. If I cut the kicker, anybody gonna swipe Brandon Aubrey from us? Are y'all worried? Let me know in the chat. Anybody worried that our kicker Brandon Aubrey might get sniped if he goes on practice squad? I think we're good there. So they did it last year, right? They only elevated Brian Anger on the original 53. So that's something to definitely look out for. Safety. Here's where the fun starts, right? J-Ron Curse, we know what the Joker is for us. Love J-Ron, one of my favorite players, out there. I love J-Ron, just the number, just the 27 number. I just can't trust it because that number has been passed around so many times. I don't know if he's going to keep it. Does he want it? So that's why I can't get my J-Ron jersey. So J-Ron, you got Malik, you got Donovan, you have Marquise Bell. Now, for those who follow me on Twitter, I caused a little stir yesterday, right? I caused a little stir yesterday when it comes to Marquise Bell, because for those of you who do not know, right, I was very high on Marquise Bell in draft last year, right? Very high. He's from Coffeyville here in Kansas City, playing the Jayhawk Conference. He went to FAMU, and I saw Marquise Bell, and the crazy part, I saw Isaiah Land at the same time. I saw two for him. I was like, got two for the price of one. It's funny that Dan Quinn said the same exact thing. He said when he watched Marquise Bell, he saw Isaiah Land. They were both going crazy. And I said, oh my God, what is this, right? With Marquise Bell. So I was saying, listen, it's funny that Marquise Bell, was a guy that I was trying to tell everybody about. Everyone was saying, Tuck, you're tripping, you're crazy, right? Has gone from undrafted guy to an early rotation starter like that. What? You crazy, Tuck? You crazy? He's not no starter. He's not no starter. He's on the cusp. He's not going to even make the roster probably. He's in a dogfight with Wanye Thomas. And I said, hold up. I said, hold up. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Marquise Bell made the final 53 roster last year. Marquise Bell made the 53 last year. Why would he be on the cusp this year when soon as Donovan Wilson went down, guess who stepped in immediately to replace Donovan Wilson when he went down with the calf injury and has been with the starters ever since? Marquise Bell. And this is not rocket scientist. This isn't a J Tuck putting different thoughts together. Nah, it's evident, bro. It's evident. Marquise Bell has been the guy. He has been the guy. Now, when Donovan comes back, what I'm saying? What is that? I don't know, what I'm saying? But they damn sure going to have him in early packages. And if you watch what he's doing out there in preseason, he's everywhere. And then what happened yesterday or whatever the next day, right? Dan Quinn comes out and speaks, and Marquise Bell said that Dan Quinn called him soon as Overshown went down and says that your linebacker duties are going to increase. Be ready. He said, I'm ready to do whatever it takes. So now you have Marquise Bell as a safety. You have Marquise Bell as a hybrid linebacker that will probably fill in the role for Overshown now that he's out with the ACL. So I don't know where this whole fantasy idea was that Marquise Bell was probably going to get on the practice squad. It was never going to happen, y'all, unless there's going to be an injury. He has been locked in, and he's been a versatile weapon. This kid is phenomenal, y'all. I get it. He played at FAMU, but here's the fun fact, y'all. Marquise Bell played for us last year. You know what I'm saying? He got reps last year. So it's just like, yeah. So I have Marquise Bell as a safety, but he's going to be a guy that can split. He'll be a split, right? He'll be safety, linebacker. Like I said, what the Cowboys are doing is, if y'all watch, X-Men and Wolverine, right? They're taking J-Ron Curse's DNA, right? And they building little super soldiers of J-Ron Curses. Marquise Bell, Isaiah Land. You know what I'm saying? They're putting that J-Ron Curse super soldier serum. And they building, and they building, and they building, and they building. And next year in the draft, they're probably going to get more and continue to build, because you have guys that can go out there. Oh, man, a guy, David Durden, went down with non-contact injury, card off field. That sucks. That sucks. I like David Durden too. He was having a decent camp. He's kind of a quiet name, but we talked about him a lot. But yeah, you're building super soldiers. Building a lot of super soldiers. So Marquise Bell's definitely in there. I have Israel Mukuamu, and I do have Wanye Thomas. Wanye Thomas is having a phenomenal camp. We saw the interception that he got. That was the very first game. Had an interception. Even at camp, man, he's been all over the place. You know what I'm saying? A special teams guy. They even had him on punt returns out there in Oxnard. So I think that they're going to keep him on the final 53 roster. So once again, would you rather lose Will Grier or Wanye Thomas? I think they're going to go with Wanye and stash him on the roster. Defensive tackles, we got Mozzie Smith, Big Mozzie. Even though Mozzie Smith is a bust after 4 quarters, I think he's going to make the final 53. Y'all, what do y'all think, man? What do y'all think, man? Y'all think that Mozzie going to make the roster, or should we just cut Mozzie now and get it over with? You know what I'm saying? Because got Mozzie Smith, Jonathan Hankins, Osa. I wasn't spelling his last name, man. I still can't. I still can't spell Osa's last name without Googling it, man. It just is what it is. But I love Osa, man. I feel like Osa, y'all, is going to have a wonderful season, y'all. Now, if you're looking for our Aaron Donald, don't look at Mozzie. Look at Osa. Look at Osa. That's your guy. That's your freak. That's your guy that can get. They said, nah, Mozzie getting. Let's cut Mozzie, man. Let's go ahead and cut bait with Mozzie, man. We messed up. You know what I'm saying? Nah, yeah, let's go ahead and cut Mozzie, man. You know what I'm saying? 4 quarters, I've seen enough. I've seen enough of Mozzie. Crazy. But yeah, Osa. I feel like Osa's going to go crazy this year, y'all. Y'all saw my guy Osa, man. Y'all saw Osa when he was out there at Miami Fashion Week. You know what I'm saying? He had a little, you know what I'm saying, a little PYT next to him. Osa, I see you, Osa. You know what I'm saying? He had a little PYT next to him with his shirt off. I'm like, man, Osa been in that weight room, man. Osa's about to go crazy this year. I'm excited for Osa, man. And speaking of Miami Fashion Week, for those who don't know, this is what I love about Cowboys Nation. We have so many just amazing Cowboys fans who watch my channel and just, in the community. My guy Chima, he's been on my channel before. Look him up on Instagram. Like, you want to talk about some fantasy, mythical baller life who's traveling the seas and having supermodels on a boat and stuff, is our guy Chima, man. My guy Chima lives in Mexico. He does boat tours. He hosts all the players when they're in Miami Fashion Week for the bikini stuff. Like, he was there with all them. I'm like, Chima. We're not worthy, man. Salute to my guy Chima, man. Cool guy. But yeah, Osa was out there, man. Osa is going to be a beast this year. I'm excited for Osa. Now, this was a hot topic button, y'all. And a lot of people, when it came to Quentin Bohanna and Neville Gallimore, I feel like they're still going to make it. And the reason why, 17-game season, Dan Quinn likes to rotate, injuries add up. You want to keep more wood for the fire. I feel like they're going to keep both Bohanna and Neville Gallimore. And then my guy, Chauncey Golston, I still got my guy, Chauncey Golston, because he's once again a versatile guy that can play inside 3-tech. He can play outside. He can do a lot of different things. So I got Chauncey Golston making the roster. So those are my defensive tackles. I think last year, so I have us at 6. I think they had 7 last year. 7 last year. My guy Dallas Law said, I need his number, man. Follow my guy Chima on Instagram. I'll post his Instagram. But I'm telling you, the life that he lives, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing out there, man? Living a good life, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's my defensive tackles. And then a linebacker, right? I got Micah Parsons. I got Micah Parsons at linebacker, even though Madden won't let me put him at linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Even though Madden won't let me put him at linebacker, I got Micah Parsons at Micah Parsons, LVE, Jabril Cox, and y'all know, if you don't know, now you know, my guy Isaiah Land, man.
Stop it.
Ooh, my guy Isaiah Land. Another one. I told people all draft season, listen, Marquise Bell has a friend. He got a homie. He's nice. he's nice. And the pressure that Isaiah Land is able to get, man, I love this kid, man. And he's only going to get better. Once again, Isaiah Land is just a pure mold of clay. He's a guy who Dan Quinn likes all the measurables, likes the intangibles, likes the motor. Let me work with it. Let me work with it. And, he started off, he's been kind of rotating. Though he's been at the edge rushers, I think he's going to play a little bit of hybrid as well of linebacker and also edge. So I got my guy Isaiah Land making the final 53. If he does not, I riot. If Isaiah Land is cut, bro, I riot. I'm rioting. I'm rioting, man. I'm rioting if he, if he didn't make it. So good question. If Overshown was still healthy, which linebacker would you replace? I would probably say that would probably be Harper. I would probably fading away from Harper. And I love Harper too as well. I would think that Harper would probably be replaced. Damone Clark. Once again, y'all, you ain't gotta listen to me, right? You ain't gotta listen to me. Bye now. I made a video, did a film session on Damone Clark. Bye now. You're going to be good. I feel like Damone Clark is probably going to be our leading tackler on this team. I feel like Damone Clark is going to be a leading tackler on this team, man. I feel like Damone Clark will definitely be our leading tackle. My guy, JC Cowboys, J Tuck, we got a collab, bro. Yeah, hit me, bro. Hit me, man. Hit me. Y'all know I'm always down to collab. You know what I'm saying? I still got some stitches. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to front. I'm still a little sore right now talking to you, but I'm fighting through the pain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm fighting through the pain. I'm still a little sore, but we got to get back to work, man. I couldn't be silent too long. They can't keep me quiet too long, man. But what was I saying? Yeah, Damone Clark. Yeah, bye now. Cornerbacks. So this is where it kind of gets a little fun. Trayvon Diggs, of course. Trayvon Diggs is going crazy at camp. Now my guy Trayvon Diggs kind of got himself in a little situation on Twitter. And it ain't my business, man. Everybody like what they like. You know what I'm saying? Who am I to tell another man with $100 million what he can and cannot like? Trayvon's got to know when you liking stuff on social media, it's public and the world is going to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it, man. You know what I'm saying? This is a young man with $100 million in his pocket right now. He of course, he kind of, you know what I'm saying? Just gotta know the world gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? You can see my likes. Yeah, you can see your likes. You can see your likes. You know what I'm saying? You know, hey, it is what it is, bro. Like what you like. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember like Micah when Micah was a rookie. It's kind of off topic, but this is when I knew Micah was gonna be that guy. You know what I'm saying? Micah's probably like, oh, bro, why you bringing that up? But y'all remember those two twins on TikTok? And the comments came up and they were like, which one would you pick? And Micah said, both of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And then apparently Micah was like, oh, I got hacked. And you know what I'm saying? I get it. But that's when I knew we got somebody special. He said, both of y'all. I feel you. I'll be doing the same thing. So Trayvon Diggs, Stephon Gilmore, Deron Bland. Here's the thing. We have to kind of watch, but Deron Bland has been kind of up and down at camp. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm really curious to watch when it comes to Deron Bland is how is he viewed if the interceptions isn't there? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like the interceptions kind of outweigh some of his play and inconsistency. So if that isn't the same this year, how are they going to view him? But, you know, Deron Bland, he's here, he's there, you know what I'm saying? He's a ball hawk though, so you can never not have a ball hawk out there. I hope he continues to take the leap, which I think he will, because I think just having Gilmore is going to help everybody. Eric Scott Jr. Now, I will say this about Eric Scott. Eric Scott has looked great out there at Oxnard at practice with the mushroom helmets on, but in preseason, the lights come on, it's been a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? And granted, that's Tyler Lockett that Brian was covering, you know what I'm saying? Eric Scott, like I said in the draft breakdown, you know what I'm saying? He kind of struggled covering Jalen Tolbert when Jalen Tolbert's at South Alabama, and then you get Tyler Lockett, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like overall, Eric Scott's going to make the roster, has a lot of upside potential. Kelvin Joseph, I know he's the hot topic button, but I've been saying it, and I'll say it again. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kelvin Joseph has had a decent camp. Now, I know he's gotten highlighted, y'all. I know he's gotten highlighted a few times at camp, right? But overall, he's had a decent camp. I feel like this is the best camp that Kelvin Joseph has had since he's been a Dallas Cowboy. Now, that couldn't, you know what I'm saying, take that with a grain of salt, but preseason, he's looked great. I don't want to say great. He's looked decent. Special teams, we know what he brings there. And also, you know, out there at camp, he's battling. So, and me personally, he's been the inside playing nickel a lot more. I still like him a little bit more on the outside, but he's getting anywhere where he fits in. He's trying to find out where the money resides, and right now in those outside spots, they're occupied. So, you know, why not get into that rotation? And then I have Nahshon Wright. On the roster. I think that they just like Nahshon Wright with the size, the athleticism, the length. I think that Nahshon Wright makes it. Now, why do I have Jordan Lewis in green highlighted? I think, and I haven't heard anything, and I've been asking. Nobody won't tell little old me nothing, right? I think Jordan Lewis is going to end up on PUP, right? I think that they're going to put him on PUP. And then also remember that when you're on PUP this year, I think it's cut down. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, it's 4 games of PUP that you have to miss this year versus the 6, right? So I think that they're going to put Jordan Lewis on PUP. Because think about this. I mean, he hasn't practiced all camp. In order for him to be ready, he's going to have to be ready next week. Like, I just don't see that being the case. So I think that Jordan Lewis will start off on PUP, which is why it's going to free up space for Kelvin and also Nahshon. And then once, you know, he kind of comes back fully healthy, we'll see what transpires from there. But that's kind of how I have things. So that's my final 53 roster, man. Let me know what's y'all thoughts. You see my guy Jeremy. Hey, what's going on, Tuck, man? Finally get to catch you live, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate all the support. Like I said, y'all, I thank y'all for rocking with me while I was out with my surgery. I couldn't talk, couldn't do live, couldn't do no film or anything like that, but we back rocking, man. Yeah, so 4 games and a 21-day ramp-up activation window. Yeah, so I think that J. Lou will start off on PUP, but y'all know me, man. I'm a huge J. Lou fan, and I think that he's going to have tremendous value with our secondary. You give me Gilmore, Bland, Diggs, and J. Lou. I feel like that's solid with kind of, Kelvin Joseph and Eric, you know, those guys kind of rotation. I feel like that's perfectly fine. We're going to be good there, man. So I'm going to go ahead and turn on the phone lines, y'all. Y'all know how we do, man. Call in. Just talk ball, answer any questions, man. Like I said, I've been missing y'all. Haven't been able to talk to y'all for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But we are back, man, gearing up for the season, man. I got to get ready. You know, the Kansas Jayhawks, we kick off on next Saturday, man. So I'll be in the booth. For those who don't know, I cover the Kansas Jayhawks here in Lawrence, man. There's some expectations for the Kansas Jayhawks. You know what I'm saying? It's a basketball school, but they getting a brand new, you know, facility. You know, Coach Leipold got these boys right. You know, Jalen Daniels on the Heisman Trophy kind of watch list. So it's kind of weird, you know what I'm saying, having expectations for football. And you know what I'm saying? Because, like, I think it was 2008, right? Back when they had Mark Mangino, back when they had like Chris Harris, Chris Harris, and Aqib Talib and those guys. So the Kansas Jayhawks has been like, this is the bottom feeders of football, college football, for a while since then, right? But for them to kind of come back, there's a lot of excitement. And there's a lot of good draft prospects that they got in stash as well that we're definitely going to talk about. You know, one of my favorites is the safety Kenny Logan. You know, I thought Kenny Logan was going to come out last year, but he returned. They got some running backs. They got, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and we've been getting some guys out of Kansas. Earl Bostic, who I don't think is going to make the final 53. They got, you know what I'm saying? I said, hook 'em horse, man. Y'all SEC, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, y'all know what I'm saying? Deal with the SEC, man. Y'all SEC, man. But, you know what I'm saying? I think college football, y'all know I love college football. So, you know, next week I'll be back. So go ahead, give me a call, man. 339-207-8118. Call and talk ball, man. We'll keep it live. Probably another 20 minutes, you know what I'm saying? Depending on how active y'all want to be. Like I said, I ain't got nothing to do. I've been cooking on Madden a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Cooking on Madden a little bit, but I'm taking a break, you know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with me when it comes to Madden. Madden comes out, I'm locked in. Every day, Madden. Week goes by, I don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? I don't touch it. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got Mortal Kombat coming out. You know, for my son plays Mortal Kombat. You got the new Spider-Man game coming out. You got Call of Duty, looks crazy. Want some NBA 2K? Madden gets left behind the shelves. But as of right now, I'm on Madden heavy, but I'm probably by my last week. Probably after next week, I'll probably be fading out from it. So yeah. But let me know how y'all feel, man. Like, when you look at this roster as it's currently constructed, y'all feeling good? Is there still a situation where you're like, not feeling it, Tuck? Just not it. You know what I'm saying? What's your thoughts when it comes to it? Because, you know, honestly, besides the kicking situation, I'm not too concerned. All right, so let's see. We got a caller. Make sure we got you good. Yo, caller, what's going on with you?
Coach Bob.
Yeah, there's my guy, man. What's going on with you, Coach?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing, Tuck, man?
Good.
Good to see you back out there on live, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
And giving us good information to everybody, man.
Appreciate you.
Got a couple of issues. Got a couple of things I want to talk to you about. One, about the 53.
Okay.
I know what you said about the Matt Farniok thing, and I know what you said about Lane.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's think about, and I think a lot of fans don't understand with this cut, right? The worst thing now is this is a different animal that the NFL has dealt with for the first time, where everybody's going to be flooding the cut line at one time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everybody's going to be flooding the cut line. Now, if you decide to pick up a guy, that guy's got to be in your active 53-man roster. So, if we allow Land to ride, somebody's going to say we got to have this guy on the 53-man roster. That means they gotta make a decision on one of their players to make this guy on the 53-man roster. Well, it's hard for teams to do that for a developmental player that he's going to be on the 53-man roster, and they like, oh, if it takes some time, we lock with him in there.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be some guys who are going to get through, and then once they pass through waivers, now they're on the free agent market of what team this team may call them, say they want them on the practice squad. But most times they sign with the practice squad because the deal is a bit better because they got some familiarity with the team that they're on already.
Right.
Now, if you cut a veteran guy that like a Farniok that has playing experience,
mm-hmm.
right? That's not a bigger jump for a team to say let's snatch him up because we know he has played an NFL game.
Mm-hmm.
So we make and say, hey, it may not take him long to get up to speed. He can step in there if we had him at a backup role to play. So that's why I said that Farniok is going to be there, and I believe Land and I'm quite sure that they're going to pass him. He'll pass through waivers. Then I heard something else about Land. I heard Nate Newton talking about Land, and he said he talked to the linebackers coach, mm-hmm. and he said, man, the linebackers coach told him, say, hey, this kid could be a great outside rush linebacker, but he's going to have to work. There's some things he's going to have to learn, but I think he's willing to work. And the Cowboys said, and he said, the linebacker coach said, but we're willing to wait on him. That already tell me that they see this guy is a great guy, but they know they're willing to wait on him till he develops everything he needs to develop. Because this all goes back to my point a long time ago, Chuck. This defense is a 33-4 defense. We can. This is what we need to spill the narrative here.
Right.
It is starting to look just like 3-4, which people don't understand. 3-4 highlights your outside linebackers and your mm-hmm. safeties and make them stars. Mm-hmm. Everybody else is taking up blockers or keeping these guys free, moving these guys around so their speed and their tenacity can wreck a game plan. Mm-hmm. Safeties and outside linebackers. Where we see that we got the most talent at, safeties, and with Michael Parsons now probably being an outside linebacker. They still call him a linebacker, but he would probably play an outside linebacker role where you can really wreck the shot. And if you put Land in the outside linebacker position, you're gonna wreck the shot with him because you're gonna try to match him up where he's only getting blocked by sometimes tackles, but sometimes he's gonna be getting matched up with people coming out, the tight ends and running backs trying to get him because based off how you're setting where you're blitzing people from.
Right.
So this is where it's going, but I think your 53 is perfect. Now, last point, I'm gonna let you go. Mm-hmm. I've been on this fight, and a lot of people been jumping on me about this fight because they said this old Coach Marv, you talking crazy. I was talking about the fight about I would have loved to see our offense have some reps as a unit in preseason. Mm-hmm. Now, why would I like to see that? Because I feel that we're going to get off to a slow start, and game 1, 2 may be preseason games for us. Mm-hmm. And I would like to say it this way. A lot of people say, well, there's no evidence that hurts a team. But I would say this. I've posted on Twitter where I went and did some research of the teams that had joint practices. Mm-hmm. Okay? Joint practices usually is a controlled environment, but you go against the ones. That was McCarthy like last year and the previous year because they say our ones get to get their work, but then we don't have to play them in the preseason game. They get their work, and then they're done with the drills and the team aspect. Mm-hmm. Okay. Out of the 32 teams, 17 teams had joint practices with one team in this preseason. Mm-hmm. 16 teams had joint practices. Mm-hmm. 11 teams had joint practices with 2 different teams. So that means their quarterback got to see live action from ones, maybe not get hit, but live action from ones and the speed of number ones from other teams. Mm-hmm. There was 5 teams that didn't have joint practices at all this offseason. Mm-hmm. Those 5 teams was Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Seattle, and Dallas. Mm-hmm. Now, out of those 5 teams, Buffalo played their starters almost a whole first half of their last preseason game. Mm-hmm. Kansas City played, we already know Kansas City played their starters a whole half last game. Right. Pittsburgh been playing their starters for the first 2 games. Seattle played their starters at the offensive line against us. Mm-hmm. We're going to be the only team in the whole league that our starters had not came as a unit and faced number ones from another team. Mm-hmm. I think, yes, I can understand what everybody's saying, but that to me saying we're reinventing the wheel of the whole league.
Well, here's where I'll push back on that because, Coach, I was with you, but we've been proven wrong. And here's what I'll say. Go back to the 2021 season, because this is what I was extremely vocal about it, right? You had Dak coming off the injury, right? Brand new season. Mm-hmm. You had Mike McCarthy. Like, I wanted him to get reps. He didn't have a joint practice. He didn't play in any preseason games, and he had arguably his best game in his career when he went out there to Tampa versus Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? But then we go back to last year, right? Last year, it was even more important that he got rest because he had a whole new wide receiver core and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's both sides of the coin. So I see your point. I've been with you about him playing in preseason, but it's like Dak has done well when he's had talent without it. You know what I'm saying? So is the risk really worth the reward? I don't think so. So I don't think that the Cowboys are really going to get off into a slow start because this year I trust that Dak has enough talent around him that he's going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? Like last year, I feel like it was more important, but I you know what I'm saying? I just don't think it's Mike McCarthy's philosophy. And you might know this, Coach. Was he like this when he was in Green Bay? Because I couldn't remember. Did Aaron Rodgers play in preseason games when he was in Green Bay or no?
No.
Okay.
No. But this why I differ on you on this stuff. Last year, I remember McCarthy said that he didn't like playing his guys in preseason games, but he made an emphasis and said that I like because that's why we scrimmage other teams because our runs can get reps, get in the rhythm we're in a controlled environment with the same type of intensity of playing against a different opponent.
Right.
We don't have that either. So my question, my thing is, that may be okay, but this is a new offense, mostly, right?
Right.
And the timing of the offensive lineman, even though you got veterans, this is the first time that they probably lined up all together. You had Zach Martin out, and the timing of the offensive line. Sometimes people don't understand that those reps are teaching reps that is not to go out there and say we're going to have them out there for a whole half.
Right.
But they're teaching reps so you can tinker and get everybody back in focus of the little things that the first unit is not doing. I don't want to wait to the New York game and then we try to build, as Laws like to say, we try to build the plane wise in the air.
Right.
That could be, I'm not saying that's going to kill our season, but it's a very good possibility it can get us off to a slow start, which we have to re-ramp ourselves to get ready. But after the season starts, practice time to get limited. Yeah,
exactly. And I think the reason Mike McCarthy said it right, because he's like, we're going against the number one defense every day. So it's definitely a gamble. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a gamble. But like I said, I was extremely vocal about it. But at this point, it's like, I understand that they're not playing any preseason games. It's just Mike McCarthy.
And I understand we just have to go roll on. But I want to make sure that I didn't want people to keep jumping on me and saying that.
No, I get it.
He changed his whole direction from last year, and a lot of people say, "Well, is that going to improve us?" But hey, we was a 12-5 team. Right. We was a very good football team based off what we had.
Right.
But with this new offense, I would like to see it get timing. And we all know the West Coast offense is based off of timing.
Right.
And if the timing is off, it could look bad.
Yeah. Before I get to the next caller, Coach, and I agree, because there's a distinct difference between me being on the play quarterback where I know, okay, Micah really can't touch me, versus they can really come take my head off. You're sped up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So the timing is more important. And then also just from a just from a physical standpoint, that first getting hit, your body falling to the ground, like this is a lot of things that your body hasn't gotten used to yet in camp until it actually happens. You know what I'm saying? But it's just not Mike McCarthy's philosophy. And honestly, after losing to Overshown, it's just like, all right, bro, I get it, but it's definitely a gamble. But it's all goes down to having trust and faith in your quarterback and the offense. So we'll see, man. But Coach Marv, appreciate you for calling in, my guy, man. I'm feeling good about this season, my guy. Boom. Appreciate you. That's Coach Marv, man. Definitely give my guy Coach Marv a follow, man. He's the old wisdom when it comes to this football stuff, man. So that's what I love, have so many different insights. And like I said, I remember I was like, I want to see Dak in preseason. Give me something, give me something. And he didn't. But like I said, that game versus Tampa 2021, he came off that injury. Dak Prescott was surgical. And then last year he went out there with Dennis Houston and me at wide receiver, and he wasn't so surgical. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna see, what is it? Best 2 out of 3, I guess. How things really transpire. I'm trying to go. I don't remember 2020 here. Did they have preseason games? I don't remember, man. I try to keep 2020 out of my mind. So, caller, you just dropped. Go ahead and give me a call back, whoever that was just dropped, man. But give me a call, 339-207-8118. We're going to keep the phone lines open just for a little bit more. But like my guy, Special K says, our defense is playing our offense harder at any joint practice defense we would have seen. Yeah, I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You know what I'm saying? That's what Mike McCarthy said. It was like, you going to get Stephon Gilmore and Trayvon Diggs. And I mean, if we scrimmage, let's say we scrimmage the Bengals. All right, we're going to link up and scrimmage the Bengals. Ain't nobody in the Bengals can wreck a practice like Micah Parsons. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody wrecking, you know what I'm saying? Like DeMarcus Lawrence and like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you getting the reps. You're getting the reps. And to be honest with you guys, our defense has been throwing blows with our offense. You know what I'm saying? Right? Where do y'all think all the Dak interception videos kept been coming from? Right? It's because our defense, see J-Ron Curse and, you know what I'm saying? Sam Williams been going crazy and Sam Williams and Tyler Biadasz throwing blows and Micah Parsons throwing punches. Like, it ain't been a soft little walkthrough practice. Them boys been out there battling. They've been out there battling. So once again, that goes back to what I've been saying. It's been feeling like football. It's been feeling like football. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we saw Dak and Trayvon Diggs. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember last year, right? Y'all remember that Denver Broncos scrimmage where Josh Ball got the gun point to the back of his head, like, you know what I'm saying, when Randy Gregory was going all crazy, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know, they getting that every day. They're getting it every day. You know what I'm saying? It's not real friendly walkthroughs. They are going out there. They are battling the trenches. So I think that our offense and defense will both be prepared for week 1 versus the New York Football Giants, man. Y'all know what happens week 1 when we get out there.
Y'all know what we're smoking on. We're smoking on that Giant Pack tonight, baby.
Smoking on a Giant Pack. Smoking on that Giant Pack, man. But we're going to get there week 1. But, you know, I feel like at this point, they're all right. They're all right. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, because we would have been devastated if Overshown had been Micah. I don't want to take that gamble, bro. Like, I'm so happy. Like, today is going to be like the last like real padded practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like ready to get back to walkthroughs. I'm ready to get back to walkthroughs. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm on edge every tweet. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you know what? Just the risk. That's the one thing that can derail the season. It's just injuries, y'all. I feel like if the Cowboys can stay and maintain being healthy, we going to be all right, man. So that's the one thing. It's just, like I said, that Overshown thing kind of hurt. Whew, it hurt. It hurt. It really took the sting out, man. But like I said, I'm still excited about this season. We got a lot of talent, a lot to be thankful for and excited about. Like I said, Cowboys Nation, don't let nobody steal y'all joy, man. Don't let nobody steal y'all joy. You supposed to be fired up. You know what I'm saying? I feel like some Cowboys fans, they're afraid, you know. Tuck, what if I believe in the Cowboys this year and they let me down? Well, congratulations. You're a sports fan. Congratulations. Welcome to being a sports fan. You got let down by your team. Like that's the whole point of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that I don't understand why people are just so afraid. Well, Tuck, once they get to the NFC Championship game, then I'll believe in them. Then you're a fraud. Then you're a fraud. You know what I'm saying? I wish I would catch one of y'all not believing in this team, talking about how we gonna be trash all year, and then jump on the show where I'm going live before we go to the Super Bowl talking about let's go, Tuck. No chicken. No rice, no nothing. You eats nothing. You eats nothing if you wasn't believing in this from the start. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's part of the process. You got to trust the process. And the process starts from the draft, the training camp, the preseason versus the first regular season game. Like, there's going to be some bumps in the road. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be easy, y'all. But it's what it really takes to become a champion. Don't just be a bandwagon when it come at the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? That'd be like, yo, Special K, man, I'm going to believe in you, bro. Once you get your first 5 million, then we going to be cool. Then I'm really going to believe in you. You know what I'm saying? But until then, I don't believe in anything you say. Bro, I'm already successful. Of course you believe in me now. It's easy. It's easy. So, like I said, don't let nobody steal y'all joy, man. I know y'all get the banner and everything online. Y'all ain't got to stoop yourselves down to nobody's level, no fan base's level. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. Y'all really don't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have people, you know what I'm saying, troll and troll and troll and troll and troll and this and that and troll and troll and troll. We are the Dallas Cowboys. We are Cowboys Nation. We set the standard. If I don't want to troll with you, I ain't got to troll with you, bro. I ain't got to troll with you. You know what I'm saying? If you cannot talk football with me, I don't have to talk football with you. If you can't come out here and talk X and O's, if you can say Dak sucks, but you can't come over here and break down no film and show me why. If you don't think that Dak Prescott's a top 10 quarterback, but you can't break down no film and tell me why. If you don't know the difference between a hitch, you know what I'm saying, a quarterback hitch. If you don't know how to go through pure progressions, right? If you don't know the concepts, a dragon concept, a mesh concept, you know what I'm saying, a Yankee concept. If you can't talk ball, why do I got to come down to your level? How about you come up to mine? So for all the people who want to troll and troll and troll and troll, come up to my level. I can send a tweet right now. I can send a tweet right now from my phone, just something Cowboys related. Cowboys are going to win the NFC East. I could tweet that from my phone. I'm going to have thousands of people with something to say. Thousands with something to say. Thousands with something to say. Right now, I have the phone lines are open. 339-207-8118. You think them people going to call in and talk ball? They ain't going to do it. You think any of them people are going to turn on their cameras and come talk ball? They ain't going to do it because it's easy to troll behind a fake account, behind a fake bird account. And when you got to put on this 4K camera and sit down and really talk ball with a Jay Tuck or a Skywalker Steel or a Voch Lombardi or a Boss Cowboy Sports or a Law Nation, Big Game James, Wrong Count with DMV, like when you really gotta roll up your sleeves and talk ball, it gets spooky for a lot of people, bro. It gets spooky for a lot of people. That's why y'all don't see me on a lot of shows no more. Have y'all noticed since I've been doing a lot of film and analysts and like really step my game up? Them invites kind of fade away. I'm saying I'm not coming down to y'all level. Come up to mine. Let's see here. Yo, caller, state your name. Where you from?
Dallas Law 43.
Hey, what's going on, my guy, man? Appreciate it, man. All support, man. What's going on with you?
What's up, brother?
Chilling, man. Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back.
Hey, I sent you that Instagram message, but
okay,
let's get the ball.
You try to get on that boat party, huh?
So here's my question. How can we expect Bell or Wanye Thomas to step into the linebacker role when some of our younger true linebackers have looked lost at the linebacker position the last couple of years?
Yeah. I think, here's the thing. I'm not expecting them to step in and have instant impact and get it, right? But the one thing I'll say about Marquise Bell and even Wanye Thomas, they just have natural instincts. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take any young player a time to figure it out. Like I said, even with Micah Parsons, it took Micah Parsons a minute to figure it out. And what did Dan Quinn? Because here's what people got to understand. We love what Micah did his rookie season. We love what he did his rookie season. Phenomenal. I have it back there on the wall, right? If DeMarcus Lawrence does not get injured that year, he might not have that season, y'all. And it's crazy to think about that, right? It took DeMarcus Lawrence going down for us to be like, dang, we don't have any edge rushers. We got to figure something out. Maybe we can put Micah Parsons at edge rusher and let's see how that works. You know what I'm saying? So it's like for any player, it's going to be a learning curve, but I feel like when it comes to Marquise Bell, Isaiah Land and some of these other guys that we're talking about, once they get the opportunity, it's just continuous reps. And it's going to be a situation where the game just finally slows down and then it clicks. You know what I'm saying? It's going to click. So, I'm not too concerned about it, but you probably won't see them in early rotations, right? We play a lot of nickel. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to have probably LVE, maybe Damone Clark out there, and then you're maybe going to have, J-Ron, Malik, Donovan, or whatever, those different packages are. So, it's going to be a learning curve, but I expect some of these guys to really get out there, cut their teeth, and by the middle of the season, that's when you want them to really start to emerge.
Yeah, man, I hear you, and I believe that they can do that for sure. I'm just not sure this is the season I want to be experimenting with that kind of situation. And
they're deaf guys, to be honest with you. Besides Marquise Bell, right? Marquise Bell won't be a deaf guy, and the reason why I say it is because of Donovan Wilson. Now, there's been people saying that he's going to be back week 1. I just know from when the original injury happened, everyone was saying like he's probably going to miss the first two to 3 games, right? I don't want to rush, Donovan Wilson back to have him week 1 ready. You know what I'm saying? So I would think that Marquise Bell out of all of them will be someone in early rotation. And then, Isaiah Land and those types of people, it'll be situational, down the road, special teams, blowout games or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? So, because like it's a 17 game season, you don't want to run, all your pass rushers into the fire. So if you're playing, I don't want to say Jacksonville or somebody, but say we're up, you know what I'm saying? You up in the third quarter, heavily. Hey, toss Isaiah Land out there, let him get his reps, cut his teeth, and go get some pressure. So I don't think you should expect to lean on them too heavily. There'll be more in the rotations, more depth pieces.
Well, I could see like them subbing in for the Donovan Wilson role,
right?
Maybe kind of the big nickel situation, the nickel package, certain packages,
right?
But I know some people have been talking about putting them in to replace Overshawn, and I say let's let the linebackers kind of try, the young linebackers try and fill that role before we start talking about Younghoe Thomas or Marquise Bell filling that position.
I think that.
All right, man.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Appreciate it, man. Thanks for calling in, my guy. Appreciate you and all the support.
Go, brother.
Thank you. So when it comes to Marquise Bell replacing Overshawn, I think the reason why is because, once again, it's that super soldier serum, right? They're pretty much cut from the same cloth, right? Because people got to remember, Overshawn is just a converted safety to linebacker. You know what I'm saying? When he said Texas, he was more of a safety / linebacker, so he has that versatility. And I think that's why the Marquise Bell thing was just like, okay, you can convert him from safety to linebacker, kind of fits that same mold, sideline to sideline, speaking, do a lot of different things. So I think that's why, because people got to remember, the idea of Marquise Bell playing linebacker and safety was still intact last year. This wasn't anything new. That's what I was trying to explain on Twitter. It wasn't anything new. But I just think that when it comes to Land, he's more the experiment. But the one thing that Isaiah Land can do, he can just get to the quarterback. So he's going to be more of a third down pass rusher. Hey, listen, we're going to put you out there, maybe stack you out there with Micah Parsons and Sam Williams and whatnot, and just go get the quarterback on third down. That's going to be Isaiah Land, because the one thing he can do, he just has a God-given ability of being able to get to the quarterback, and you're seeing that already in preseason. He just knows how to get to the quarterback. My guy, I appreciate the super chat, says, man, F Philly. Sorry, Tuck, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all ain't got to play their game. Make them play our game. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. It's like I see content creators are now trying to get into the trolling aspect, because that's what they want to do. They want to bring you down to their game if they can't talk football. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I'm not going to play your game. Come up here. Come up, meet me up here. You know what I'm saying? Meet me up here. So look out, my guy. Yo, caller, state your name. Where you from?
So that's like some concentrates and
Trucker's Life.
Hey, what's going on, my guy? Man, how you doing, man?
What's up, Chuck?
Chilling, man. Feeling good, man. How you feeling?
Man, I'm working, you know what I mean? I'm here cooking burgers and shit in my truck.
Yeah. Staying on the road, man. Where you at? Where you at right now?
I'm in Indiana.
Ah, okay. Yeah, man.
But man, I just want to say, man, we too hard on these rookies and all that. I don't think but my cousin is a potential Hall of Fame wide receiver, which is Steve Smith.
Okay. Yeah.
So I look at it like this: he made his mistakes young in his career.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't hold these young fellas, because, I'm from Compton.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin, Steve, he's from a city over, which is Linwood.
Mm-hmm.
When you come from areas like that, you think a certain way.
Right.
And, we gotta sit back and let the chips fall where they may.
Right.
Then Williams, he's got a very positive future.
Mm-hmm.
If he learns to put down where he came from.
Right.
But I'm gonna get off of that, but I'm gonna say this. Like I told Mark Holmes the other day, Deuce Vaughn, he might be the future of our running back situation.
Yeah, man. Deuce is, man. Deuce.
We gotta let the Deuce loose, because I'm gonna say this: he's not Darren Sproles. He's not.
Mm-hmm.
he's more versatile than Darren Sproles ever could think of being. We don't need a Jonathan Taylor. We need someone who accelerates our offense. Because, like, Deuce Vaughn, he can be special. I followed Deuce Vaughn, and when we drafted him, I thought it was not possible that we would because of his size. I've seen this dude run through so many tackles, breaking. What people don't realize is he did better in college than Bijan Robinson.
Yeah.
Do I need to repeat that?
Say it again for the people not listening. Say it again for the people.
He was a better running back in college than Bijan Robinson. If it was not for his size, he would have been drafted before Bijan.
Absolutely. And think about this. You know, like I said, y'all know I cover the Big 12. Kansas State, they didn't have the best wide receivers out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wasn't just loaded with talent offensively. Deuce Vaughn was the talent.
Their only offense.
He was their only offense, y'all. Like, and it sounds crazy. Like, I remember when I was covering the Big 12 championship game when they played TCU, and I said that tweet. I was like, Deuce Vaughn is doing his best Tony Pollard impression here at AT&T Stadium because they were just giving him the ball. Now, Kansas State shouldn't have won that game, but they were just leaning on Deuce Vaughn, and he got them out of there with the championship. And it's just like a lot of people don't understand that.
Offensive weapon they had.
Yeah. And it wasn't just
weapon they had all year.
Yeah, and it wasn't just the Big 12.
Look like a professional team.
Yeah,
he had the ball in his hands.
I mean, he did it versus Alabama, TCU. I mean, he carved up my Kansas Jayhawks. Like, that's our rifle. And
not only just them, but LSU.
Like, yeah, it wasn't like he was carving up these everybody. So, and here's why I tell people. I know every draft season, everyone gets caught up on measurables. Yeah, Cooper Beebe. We're gonna have a lot of talk about Cooper Beebe's upcoming draft season. But everyone gets caught up in the measurables. But somebody like Deuce Vaughn has been small his entire life playing football. He knows how to use his body, what he can do and what he cannot do, right? And so it's like, I know that people get caught up in the measurables, but I get caught up in the football player. And when you turn on the tape and you watch Deuce Vaughn, you see a guy who's not afraid of anything to run between the tackles, outside the tackles. Like, even though he can do it all, pass, catch in the backfield. Like, he has just been the guy, and he's so shifty, and you're already seeing it. He's electric. So I'm definitely excited about Deuce. And I said something on Twitter and people got upset with me, but I've been saying it all draft season. Listen, y'all, I love Tony Pollard. I love TP. I mean, he's right. You know what I'm saying? I love Tony Pollard. But what I was trying to say when I said the but, there were a lot of running backs in this draft who are very Tony Pollard-ish, where he probably would have been easier to replace versus the big physical, bruising, punishing running back. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like Deuce Vaughn, and we'll talk about it, he's the insurance policy for Tony Pollard because he's going to be able to fit into that role. And here's the thing, Deuce Vaughn is a more complete running back coming out of college than Tony Pollard ever was, y'all. Tony Pollard was just a weapon, a wide receiver / hybrid running back. Deuce Vaughn was a pure running back. That was his job that he's done ever since high school. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely fun to see.
Chuck, I got to correct you real quick.
What's up?
He's a better running back coming out of college than Taylor from Indianapolis.
Who, Jonathan Taylor?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. I get, like you said, the only reason Deuce slid was because of the size. If he had yeah. Because the numbers were there.
Him to have the story he had of his dad being the draft call and the sweetheart story. don't get it mistaken. We got to steal with him.
Right.
Because if he would have been Bijan's size, he would have been a top 5 pick.
Oh, right. Easily.
He would have been a top 5 pick.
Right.
But because he was so small, and I ain't gonna lie, next to freaking the lineman, he looked like a freaking kindergarten student.
Yeah. I'll say this, man. I was appreciative of Deuce when I was out at camp, man, because he's the only player I could stand by. I actually kind of felt good about myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so it's like, yeah, when I said by Deuce, I'm like, okay, man, I can, you know, I can hold my own, man. But it's like, yeah, but he's fearless, y'all. And, you know, you were already seeing it in camp. You know, you're already seeing it in camp. And like I said, I would put Deuce on the shelf. We've seen enough. He's fine. And is what it is. And he's a hard worker. His dad's great values, good kid.
I agree.
Yeah. So,
but I also going to say this: Devontae Turpin is going to break out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Devontae Turpin, he's going to turn into a real wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
And I told this to Vach last year, and I told him if Kellen Moore uses Devontae, because I also watch college football.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a USC Trojan. I'm a Cali boy. I'm a LA boy.
Mm-hmm.
But Devontae destroyed my Trojans, my USC Trojans, a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce did it last year against the top 5. Or no, was it last year or the year before? Against the top 5 defense.
USC?
We got some weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I may sound like a homer. But hey, y'all, stay positive. We got something special brewing here.
We do.
Our defense is finally not giving an F. I'm not going to say the word. But we finally not giving an F. We got the attitude in our defense.
Mm-hmm.
We don't only have the talent, we got the attitude.
Mm-hmm.
What did Javon Curtis say?
Yeah.
He said, we don't care about none of y'all.
Right.
We come to punch y'all in the mouth.
Right.
And take names.
Yep.
So
it's
I'm
so
telling y'all right
hear.
now, Cowboys this year will make it past the first 2 rounds of the playoffs because I have not been this excited about the Cowboys in multiple years.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Oh, my gosh.
Yep.
That Cavante. Oh, my
Turpin,
gosh.
man.
I've been liking him since TCU. I was hoping my Trojans got him, but we didn't. But, hey.
Yep.
J Tuck, man, I love you, bro.
Appreciate
I've been
you, man.
following you for years. You know that.
Appreciate you, my guy. Thanks for all the support. And you stay safe out there on the road, man.
Hey, man, I live on the road. I live in my truck.
Yeah.
I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
I just happen to be one that cooks in my truck.
Yeah, you cooking up some meals, man. So, you know, man.
Yeah, man, I'm making some bacon cheeseburgers tonight, but I'm stuffing the burgers with bacon and cheese on the inside.
Man. So it sounds crazy, man. So with my surgery, I haven't been able to eat solid foods, man. And then last night, my wife was cooking rotisserie chicken, man. And I was like, I'm going for it, man. I ate that. I tore that rotisserie chicken up, and I was so sore. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was sore all night last night. But I was like, man, I was so. So I can't wait to be able to have a bacon cheeseburger and some fries. And, you know what I'm saying? So I can't wait, man. I cannot wait.
Hey, J Tuck, do you watch TikTok at all?
So I'm on TikTok, JTuck151. I suck at it, to be honest with y'all, because I've always had issues with TikTok.
Okay, you said J Tuck what?
151. I'm on TikTok, so it's the same as my Twitter. It's JTuck151. But
okay,
yeah, sometimes my uploads delete and the app freezes and crashes, so sometimes I give up. But yeah, I'm on TikTok.
Okay, I started doing TikTok about a year ago.
Okay.
And I'm a little over 3,000 followers in just a year.
Boom. Yeah.
Because people are like, man, how do you cook like that in your truck? And it's, hey, if you want to do it, you can do it.
Right.
As a truck driver, it's either fast food or nothing.
Right.
And I try to show other truck drivers that, hey, we can do more than fast food in our trucks. That's all it is.
Facts. Facts. Well, hey, my guy, I'm definitely going to give you a follow. Well, thanks for all the support, man. You know, I rock with you, man. You've been here from day one. So appreciate you and all the support, man. And keep doing your thing. And let's get it this year.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get it. I'm going to talk to you in a couple months, bro.
All right, bro. All right, hit me.
All right.
All right.
All right, later.
Yep. Yeah, man. So appreciate my guy, man. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Deuce Vaughn, especially, y'all. He's been a bell cow back. He's been a guy that you can definitely lean on, and you know I'm excited to see, you know, what Deuce is going to bring to this offense and how they're really going to utilize him. So, got a lot to be excited about, man. It's my guy Gregory Davis, man. What's going on, Cowboys Nation? What's up, everybody? But like I said, once again, y'all, don't let nobody steal y'all enjoy. Don't let nobody steal y'all excitement. Don't let nobody drag y'all down to level. And like, salute to my guy Sam Brooms in the building, man. My guy Sam, man. Salute to my guy Sam. Follow him on Instagram and also on. That's what I'm saying. Like, we got so many amazing Cowboys fans. He does a lot of stuff, fellas, you got it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know CFO gang. We a little bit different. We like to stay fly. We like to stay fresh. You know what I'm saying? We don't be bummy around here. He does an incredible job breaking down some fragrances, man, and colognes and stuff, man. And he sent me some cologne samples. And man, I put that on the other day for my wife's birthday. Her eyes is lit up. She's like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? So salute to my guy Sam Broom. Definitely give him a follow, man, because that joint had me want to take myself home. I was smelling so good, man. So definitely check him out, man. But like I said, I appreciate all y'all support, man. We got some more shows lined up, doing some big things. I'm back. I'm good. I'm a little sore. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna continue to rock, man. A lot of stuff to talk about. As we get closer to breaking down this final 53, we are working. I'm gonna let y'all know first, you know, off here, right? Breaking news, right? We are working on setting up the Super Show with all the content creators. It's just hard. We got so many people doing so many different things, and you know what I'm saying. And salute to my guy Sky, having big family situations, getting married and stuff, and so everybody's on the move, right? But we're trying to collaborate and get a big Super Show for y'all again, because we know y'all really enjoyed that. It's just setting it up, but also it's like we might make it smaller this year because, you know, we don't want to have like 30 people because it's like sometimes it's too many people, right? So we might split up into like 2 shows, kind of like Infinity War, you know what I'm saying, and the Infinity Saga, like 2 different things and kind of split up with 2 different teams. So we're working on that behind the scenes, trying to get that all set up, man. Got a lot of stuff with some guests set up. Y'all know throughout the season we're going to have guests from each individual team that we play on here, do a lot of fun stuff, man. We just want to have some fun, man. Y'all know, like I said, I'll be out there at pretty much every home game representing. I won't be hard to find. I'll be the only person probably standing up in my section going crazy. But yo, represent your team, be loud, go crazy, support. If y'all haven't seen it, hold on. Let me make sure y'all right. The Diggs Island shirts that everyone's been asking for. CFOsportstalk.com, man. Get your 30 of them, man. I appreciate all support. I even got the Micah joints out there as well, man. So yeah, definitely go and use the code CFO gang to get 10% off the shirts. CFO, I'll put them in the link below. Get the shirts, man. Appreciate all the support. I got some more stuff we're cooking up, man. So keep rocking. Let's see. Let's just do a check, man, because y'all got a week left. Hold on, let me see where y'all at. Let me double check, man. Y'all got a week left. I got about a week left. The clock is ticking, and y'all a little short. So we are almost 500 subscribers to get into our 10,000 mark, right? We are almost 500 subscribers to get into our 10,000 mark. So y'all know we got to do it before we play the Giants if y'all want to go to the Jets game with me, because if we get to that 10,000 mark, I'm going to take 2 of y'all to the Jets game with me for the home opener. But we got some work to do. Man. So y'all got to share, like, comment, create a fake account. I don't know what y'all got to do, man. We got some work. You know what I'm saying? We got some work to do, man. Yeah, you want to see the shirt again? Boom. Yeah. Little Trayvon Diggs, man. So I've been cooking, man. So I kind of, you know, everyone's been kind of going with the collage shirts, but like I put like y'all remember the old like 90s shirts when we used to have like the big heads, they kind of swollen a little bit. So that's why I kind of stretched out the heads a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Got the Diggs Island with the lockdown, no beach access. You know what I'm saying? I want to be creative, man, because, you know, I create stuff and a lot of people start stealing my swag. Some Eagles people start stealing my look and stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Let me make something so crazy. So if you see it, then it's like, all right, y'all really Jack and Tuck, because no one's making these big head super shirts like that anymore. So if they do it, which they probably will, and they'll know where it came from, man. But salute to all them, man. Salute to everybody in all the communities, man. Like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of collabs. But once again, y'all, don't let no one steal y'all joy, man. So I appreciate everyone for joining in. We're going to go live more. I got some more film breakdowns. I'm going to do a film session on Marquise Bell. I got Marquise Bell lined up, and then I also got TJ Bass lined up. Let me know if there's any other prospects or players y'all want to see as far as film sessions going. Probably won't be much to really break down on Saturday's game, but I think Marquise Bell is definitely going to be a player we need to take a look at. And then also TJ Bass, because my guy might be, in that rotation, man. So I appreciate y'all's support, man. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and go Cowboys. Peace.